Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil, cool.
Yeah.
Brazil. I was told to go to Brazil.
Brazil, cool.
What?
Oh yeah. Thanks
We
for
were
making
there.
the
We
trip.
were there this time last year.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
For Comic Con.
That's
I
right.
remember. I was there.
I bought a lot of Brazilian comics.
Fala galera, sou o João Abbade e eu fui até Los Angeles entrevistar o elenco e os produtores de Homem-Aranha no Aranhaverso, esse filme maravilhoso que estreia agora dia 10 de janeiro no Brasil. Então, confere a entrevista aí com o pessoal do filme. So the first thing, congratulations on the movie. It's so good, I love it. And actually my first I love about the film is how refreshing it is. Because we're in a time when we watch 5 or 6 superhero movies a year, and in a way this film is different to every other superhero movie. What you guys did to make it different, and what other films can do to make the genre refreshing even though 5 films a year?
Well, I mean, one film at a time, I guess. I think we just felt like we started from a place of how can we do every single thing different?
Yeah.
How can it look different than any movie you've ever seen? And the guys did an amazing job at making that happen. I've never seen an animated movie look like this. I've never seen a superhero movie look like this. So the guys outdid themselves. And then how could we tell a story that's about something more than just the superhero myth? You know, how can we tell a story about Miles and his family and his relationship with this older, hero that doesn't know if he even wants to do it anymore? When you get down to the nitty-gritty of the characters and their relationships, then everything is fresh and new.
My favorite thing about this movie is that it's someone learning how to be a hero from someone who forgot how to be a hero.
It's perfect, yes.
Yeah. What was your inspirations and how was your reference to build these characters?
I think you put it in a really nice way. It's a movie about a guy learning to be Spider-Man from a guy who forgot how to be Spider-Man. Both of us used the same technique in that we didn't do a lot of research because we had 3 directors and 2 creators, and all 5 of them were writers, of people who really knew this world inside and out. And so we relied more on our directors and Chris and Phil. So if there was ever a question or a thought or if something didn't make sense, we had 5 people who loved this world and defended it and knew it, that we could kind of question and talk things out with.
This is one thing that this film really nails it. It's the choice of the voice acting. And I think your choosing, it's really important as a character that is black and Puerto Rican.
Thank you. I agree.
And you think it's important this as playing a character that's your semblance in screen, you can bring something from your personal life to the screen, to the acting?
I think so. My parents are from Puerto Rico, so I brought a lot of my mom to the character of Rio, because I remember growing up and my mother in the morning trying to get us all ready for school and drinking her café con leche and and she worked for the Board of Ed, and my father was a cop. So all these things are things that I was able to bring forward to the story and to the character of Rio, and I feel like you can feel it. It's grounded in reality.
And in finding that, you put any wording in the Puerto Rican language in the character, or was that in the script, or is that something you'd bring?
They had already done a really great job of writing it and being specific about it. There were a few words here and there, but mostly I felt like they nailed it. They nailed a Puerto Rican woman in Brooklyn, which I thought was the way she speaks, the rhythm, all of that. I thought that was laid out pretty much.
Yeah. And by which point of the development of the film, the comic language and the animation style came to your mind to do like this different?
Right away, from the very beginning, when they came to us and said, what about an animated Spider-Man movie, there were 2 things that excited us. One was being able to tell Miles Morales' story, because that felt like something fresh. And the second one was, what if we could use animation as a medium to make it feel like you were going inside of a comic book and a comic book came to life. And that was really exciting to us because it felt like so fresh and a way to push the medium. It was really complicated and hard, and ended up being 4 times harder to do because it was a combination of CG and hand-drawn 2D animation but the end effect, I think, is really special.
Besides Miles and Peter, how was choosing the other characters in the movie? Which characters say that we have to be in this film?
Well, you know, we knew we had to include Gwen. She's like our favorite, and she looks so cool, and we love her book, and it just felt felt right to try to get as many girls and women in the film, and then we thought, who will look the weirdest next to one another, like Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham in the same shot seemed like a really special thing.
And I know you both for your live-action movies, and is there anything different to creating a character in a live-action here in animation?
Well, for instance, let's just say Tag was animated. I couldn't do this, you know?
I didn't.
Oh, you know. I'm sorry. No, I think the difference for me would just be, you know, for one, I'm not going through hair and makeup for, I don't know, however long that takes. And getting, you know, in the outfit and getting on set and then standing in front of camera for 20 minutes before we start shooting and woo woo woo. Now, I personally love being on camera. I love looking at myself. I hate to sound vain, you know. I support myself as an artist, if that makes sense, humbly speaking. And with this movie, you know, I had to put faith in the hands of the people that were working on, the directors and the writers, which, you know, I was happy to do so with this particular group, because the movie, I mean, look at it, I mean, it turned out amazing.
And another thing that I like from both your interpretation is that this is a cartoon, like Extravaganza, there's a lot of words colliding, but both of the voices very believable to the animation. It's like a real thing. Is that something you try to achieve in the acting?
Well, I think you've hit the intention that we were trying for, and that is, while we were in the booth, we weren't treating it like it's just some cartoon.
Yeah.
We were treating it like it was real. So when you were acting, I wasn't caring about if I was in live action or in animation.
Yeah.
I wanted the scenes to play. I wanted the emotions to play. I wanted it to feel as real as it could, because that's what we were being paid to do. That was what our job was. So we didn't watch the animation until after. So we didn't know how it was gonna look. So for us, it was an acting job. It almost felt like we were doing a regular movie, but in the dark.
Remember, what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man.
Officer,
Love you. Wait, what?